great wings, and you couple that with the addition of Angel Reese, Atlanta's a problem.
Let's get to our starting lineups. Ryan Howard, Naz Hillman, Angel Reese, Alicia Gray, and Jordan Canada for Atlanta. Meanwhile, for Indiana, Lexi Ho, Monique Billings, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark. And we are underway at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Meeting of the regular season between these two squads. Here's Mitchell on the move, out to Hull. Hull in the paint, stops, finds a cutting. Mitchell lays it up and off. He's been happy with the defense overall, but there are moments and little things that he would like to clean up. And they're coming off of that big win Tuesday over Connecticut. Howard over to Gray. Shot clock winding down. Hillman gonna have to make it happen. Outside, Canada got a grenade. This is Clark from deep. No good, and rebound Billings. Hull lost it off the heel, scooped up by Billings. And 6 seconds to work with. Boston on the try. Boston floats it up off the mark, and Reese clearing the W and rebounding.
Look at it run the floor.
Reese, early 3-0 advantage. Billings, in her first season with the Fever, over to Mitchell. Mitchell, the midi. No. Reese, over to Howard. This game features 4 of the top 6 scores in the W this season as
just taking advantage of the matchup. Power sees that she has the advantage here, going to attack and get her. And at that point, you see the left arm. The layup there is far less damaging than picking up an early foul in the game. I mean, the response is to compete, but really, from a standpoint, force her to do something that she's not very good at doing or not as good at doing. And if she does that and beats you, you just tip your hat to her.
Clark flips it up and off.
In the restricted area, right? And so that's a part of the offensive and the quarter court specifically that Indiana needs to improve.
Clark dump off the hole in the lane, puts it in.
Matchups the way you want. Everyone's ready to play on this end of the floor.
Canada gave it up. This is Hillman, 3-ball. Atlanta an early 4-2 advantage. Boston. Outside, Mitchell for 3. Rims out, and Gray with the rebound and
that far.
Listen, this is what we say with that retirement. If you're going to leave like that, you better get that ball.
As we take a look at the upcoming, the Fever taking on
things Carl Smesco talked about, right? Understanding you're going into a Lions Den tonight, a team that wants to have the response, and they've done a nice job here early on.
And here comes Atlanta the other way. Canada. And now per game so far this season. This is a good look for Hillman. Whistle blown.
You absolutely have to knock that down and take a look. Yep, Angel Reese with a hold there.
Sees a double, gave it up to Mitchell. Mitchell hits the accelerator, puts it up and in.
That's just a lot of speed.
This is Canada with the long. Mitchell. Matched up with Hillman. Over to Boston, extra pass, Hull in the corner.
I mean, this is just quick to her strong side, left side.
And so they get you caught between the switch and not switching. And that gives you that poor angle a lot of times on the closeouts to get to the basket.
Clark, the step back, good. Gray spinning inside, put it up. Clark inside to Boston, good position, spins, block. Howard. Hand off to Gray. Pass inside, Reese made the catch, surrounded by red movement. It rotates to Canada for 3, left it.
Possession if you're Carl Smesco.
This is Clark, too strong.
Touching the ball, good ball movement, good shot.
Canada, Boston. Hull now. Billings. Boston won't take the 3. Atlanta bench wanted to travel. Billings had good position and a foul is called.
Still one of the most devastating forces in the WNBA. There are issues that they needed to address internally. I think what's really is when people are hypothesizing about what those issues are. and clearly has things that they need to address and they need to improve. They've talked about it. Let's see, obviously, in a game situation, if they're going to be able to rectify those.
Yeah, here's your operative word. Is it going to help you be better? Then if it is, fine.
This is Reese in center. Michaela Timpson also on the floor for the Fever. Tahina Pow in there for Atlanta. Mitchell. Pass deflected and nearly stolen. It makes its way to Boston from downtown. Boston shooting 35% from downtown this season. Pow lost the handle. Mitchell, and that is a hard screen.
Scrapes out that loose ball as well. I mean, that's what she could do for this team.
Over, and that should be a transition take.
Starters, not just for minutes, but also for production. And at that point,
in addition to, when you say short bench, a young bench.
Mitchell. Attack mode. Mitchell does not get the roll. Dream leading by 1.
Wings, and you couple that with the
Hillman. A good defense. Johnson. Outside Boston. 3 more. Canada. Gray averaging a career high in points. Stops at the free throw line. Shot won't drop.
By Aaliyah Boston.
Boston. Get past Cunningham. Quick trigger. Good. Cunningham has been struggling with that shot. Sub 30% from downtown this season. This is Hillman got free.
Side, no help side there at the rim. And Hillman just does so many things for this team. And, you know, a lot of these players that we should talk about loudly. Howard, Gray, Reese, but Hillman, I think, is a critical piece.
Down the J. 5 early points for Kelsey Mitchell. Called.
Look at this pass here by Aaliyah Boston. I mean, you got a couple of folks that look like they want to go double, but it's the. I love the energy, that moment right now for Indiana.
Well, we had this team a week ago with China, and there's no doubt that there's more of a focus in their facial expressions, in their body.
And a hard screener. Clark got some space, fires, can't hit, and seconds on the first quarter game clock. Atlanta could be looking for a 2-for-1. They're going to run out of time on that as a foul is called inside. This is Medina Okad, first Kenyan player drafted in the first round of the WNBA for the year.
You know, it was interesting to hear Carl Smesko talk about the potential. You know, and that he feels she's going to be an all-star down the road.
And everyone else follows suit. And then you've got Jordan Canada who can pressure the ball. Then he talked about Alicia Gray's improvement on that end of the floor. And we know what Angel Reese can do defensively along with Naz Hillman.
This is Reese with the handle. Shot clock winding down on the drain. Reese, they're going to have to put it up. Ball on the floor. It's a shot clock violation.
Stephanie White thought could be a factor in this game.
Clark. Around the Hines Allen screen. Clark to the right, blocked by Okad.
Improvement on that end. I mean, this is terrific. Chase down that length that she has. We talk so much offensively. Both of their improvements defensively this year, I think, is what makes Atlanta a legitimate contender, specifically when Bree Jones gets back.
Yes.
Hines Allen. Trying to fight with the hands. Howard. Back to Gray. They're taking their time on the perimeter. Caught Canada on the move. Stops. Kick out to Reese. Tuesday against Connecticut. Hand off to Clark. Clark got some space. Bottoms. She's now 2 for 8 with that make. 5 points, and the Fever lead by 3. Skip pass for Reese. Over to Howard. Howard going dancing with Clark. Howard dump off, and Reese couldn't handle it.
Alicia Hines Allen been a factor right here. Just completely takes Ryan Howard out. with the screen fired in this system, she's going to be that much more impactful.
Atlanta 11th in the WNBA in turnovers per game. They have 7 already. Here in steals. Howard going at Boston and rims out. Clark on the move, stops on a dime, and cutoff finds Boston for 3.
Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston showing that chemistry that we're used to, but in a different way.
They are. As they lead by 6, Howard in the corner, surrounded. Gave it up to Canada, who goes down, and a foul is called on Clark.
In her defense, trapping here. And then from the
number 1 in pace, Stephanie White talking often about her team needs to get into transition. They've been forcing turnovers early and often in this one as Gray misses from down. Billings, hand off to Clark. Clark just lost the handle on the way to...
And, you know, Indiana finding spacing is critically important with their front court, and she's the player that's most equipped in their front court to knock down shots consistently. A great sign for their offense that she's hitting the 3.
Atlanta, Hillman looking for Okot in the post. Is this Okot going to have to put it up? Stops, off glass.
She doesn't even know how strong she is.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? It's like she's just exploring now, like NBA dominant force. Look at her run.
Dream force a turnover, Gray. And here comes Clark across the timeline. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell shifting. Back to Clark. Inside to Billings.
And I'll tell you what, I do not want to get caught down there against her.
My goodness. And then, I mean, the wherewithal.
Reese with 5 rebounds. Also playing with 2 fouls. How about Mitchell? Indiana by 6. Hillman in the lane, blocked by Billings. Pass inside, Boston, good position. Oh, the okey-doke, can't hit, and rebound secure. Near the midway mark of the second quarter, Indiana trying to get back to some defensive principles, have to be pleased with their effort thus far, as Billings breaks.
You gotta stay beneath there. That's what you don't want to give up. I mean, that's a flight of the pass. Billings is there this time. It's a deflection out of bounds. So great job by Indiana to make that adjustment.
Amy Bonner is our crew chief. Amy Bonner is our crew chief. And we see Boston tying up. That looks like it's before the ball.
23-17. I mean, where they have struggled most this season has.
And we'll see if that made free throw can get Ryan Howard going. She's without a field goal to this point after 36 in the last game, right? So you want to try to find a way, if you're Atlanta, to get her some more opportunities.
This is Canada from
their offense when Canada can hit from long range.
4-point possession for Atlanta. Another assist, her 5th of the ball game. And Atlanta still playing without Bree Jones. At that torn meniscus, that Mitchell chases down the rock, stops over to Clark, touch pass, Hull inside, and Hull.
I mean, there's been a number of these passes from Caitlin Clark, just darts right up the floor to Aaliyah Boston. Not a lot of pressure on the ball.
2 for 8 from the field, but the way she's spreading the ball.
Year out of Stanford. 20 basketball, an indicator of this being a Commissioner's Cup game. Atlanta 1-0 in Commissioner Cup play. This is Indiana's first game of the Commissioner's Cup. They, of course, game. Mitchell got some space and hits. Canada in the lane, nearly lost the handle. Kick out. Hillman flicks the wrist and connects.
Here in the last few games, getting more efficient from the field.
Clark off the feed from Boston. Indiana's outscored Atlanta 17-9 here in this second quarter. Canada, nice delivery, Reese.
There has been the connection between Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark, and not we saw Aaliyah Boston spreading the floor with the 3 right here on the overplay.
Elevate everything else around you guys.
Boston has matched her career high with 2 made threes. How about that?
That's the second time they've scored out of that look. Remember the backdoor half. They stay underneath, and then there's the back screen. And Howard just gets tapped. Okay, Howard at the 4, so that's a change. And what that does is it puts Howard on Hines Allen, okay? And that's
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it earlier. Ryan Howard's been quiet. 4 points between the two of them.
On the drive around the world, will retreat beyond the arc. Over to Cunningham. And 7-point advantage for Indiana. Gourlays. Outside. Canada wants 3. Won't go. Hines Allen. Nice dump ball.
That's what I wanted to see, you know, coming into today. I think their ceiling is every bit as high as it was to start the season. And so to see this, you have to play this way to capture the growth that your team needs to get. That's the thing. It's not just about, like, you can't sleepwalk your way to the end of the season. You have to continue to grow as a team. You play this way, you capture way more growth.
Off air, and Caitlin Clark mentioned this in talking with our Kayla Gray. They're 4-4. They're not 2-6. Still a lot of basketball left to be played this season. 9-point advantage, largest lead of the ball game for the Fever. Gray with the shot clock winding down once again. Gourlays on the move, blocked by Ball.
Is going to have to figure that out. How do I manufacture easier shots against some of the top teams in the league?
Clark over to Boston. Boston going at Hillman. Step through. Boston, wild shot won't go. To go in the second. Gourlay, step through, put it in with the left. Stops a little bit of the bleeding. Boston. Indiana can't execute the 2-for-1. Mitchell behind the back. Looking at Boston inside. Mitchell on the move. Push shot, drop. Howard gives it up. Gourlays. Clock winding down. And the clock expires. Just a...
Things up offensively.
Man, I value film. Just trying to find my angles.
When she gets deep in the lane, spins, and then finds a way to get on the board. That's just the second field goal for Gray. Howard still sitting at 0 field goals for the game.
Mitchell had 14 in the first half. Inside to Boston. Boston, the spin.
So low. It's hard to get another defender there. You're outsized if you're a smaller Naz Hillman. That's just too easy for Boston.
10 points, 6 boards for Boston. Gray and a cross.
You come out. Alicia Gray realizes her team needs her offense.
Well, it's easy to sit here and say, you know, for us to look at the stats and transition before the defense gets set. And then when they get those driving lanes like Gray has gotten the last 2 half-court possessions, man, you got to put your head down and be aggressive and go until someone stops you.
A fumbled handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get it back to set up their half-court offense. An area they've struggled for most of this ball game. They're 29 points, a season low in any half for Atlanta. This is Canada. Inside Hillman. No, but the whip
is able to pull 2 and Naz Hillman on the cut.
They may be leading the Indiana Fever not to...
Second half, he says, Ryan and Lee with the ball. We can't have that in the second half, guys.
Dream have outscored Indiana 7-2 so far in this third quarter. 2 minutes gone by. This is Billings with the short hook, rims out, and pass ahead. Gray running the floor. Gray with the left. Went out and added Angel Reese in the offseason. Hull. Over to Mitchell. Now it's Clark. Fires a 3. No good. And it'll go.
Look, she misses it there, but it's a quality look you don't want to give up too often if you're Atlanta.
And Atlanta has given up more from the three-point line than they have all the season. They're actually number 1 in three-point field goal percentage defense. They've allowed Indiana to shoot 43% from long range. Uncharacteristic of them.
And a 3-second violation.
He catches it off a double 2.
Clark off 1 foot.
Every bit of 6'2" with length.
Reese going at Boston.
Offense that I don't think Atlanta goes to enough with Reese in the middle of the floor with the ability to drive. Going back to Caitlin Clark here with Ryan Howard. Howard gets a hand up to contest, but Look how quickly Clark gets into that shot, and then Angel Reese.
Indiana by 2, tough inbound, turned over. Gray gave it right back. Clark, step back, no. 6 from downtown. Canada couldn't turn the corner. Hillman will shoot.
One thing Carl Semesco believes in is three-point shots.
Boston inside, surrounded. Hillman with the poke away.
Kara with Naz Hillman, the little thing she does, breaking up plays, knowing the scouting report.
Hillman inside now. Howard still just 0 for 2 in this one. That's her 3rd attempt. Won't drop. Reese blocked by him. Dump off. Boston. Yes! Hillman, 3 more. Short. Oh, sidestep. Clark. Sick! Crowd coming alive at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Reese attacking, blocked by Boston. Clark quickly, a dime, Mitchell
Tonight.
Clark has scored or assisted on 9 of Indiana's 11 points in the quarter, and Clark.
I would have wanted to see what that right side was doing.
We couldn't see from
We couldn't see that from that angle.
Canada for 3, no. Hines Allen getting in a groove behind the back. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell driving, cut off. Pow, pow. Inbound to Hines Allen. Indiana has to move quickly. Over to Hines Allen. And that pass deflected out of bounds. 8 on you for the postseason. Inbound to Mitchell. Mitchell in the lane. Step through. Scoop shot.
Exact spot. All night.
9 unanswered by Indiana. Atlanta needs a response. This is Hillman. Lays it up and off. Hines out. Timpson over to Clark. Clark navigating traffic and is fouled by him.
I mean, this whole time you know where she wants to go. Takes her hand off the ball, actually, a piece in just the first half. They raised the intensity on that end.
That's a long 2.
You're cooking.
11-0 Indiana run. Howard, no hesitation. Mitchell penetrates. Mitchell.
To say, this is high level from Kelsey Mitchell.
And she got Mitchell. 3 ball.
Come on.
Timeout Atlanta.
I mean, what can you say? Kelsey Mitchell did not come to play. I'm in opposite of Cole for Howard and Gray, and it's been Mitchell.
Still have a lot of time left in this one. Gray puts it up off the heat. Johnson over to Hines Allen. Good position inside. Put it in with on the interior. Largest lead for Indiana. Pow pow over to Canada. Canada spinning, puts it up cold. It's an 18-3 run. Howard, that's a good look. Howard
and Gray a little bit more because the defense isn't set.
Both can heat up in a hurry. Under a minute to go here in the third. Johnson puts it up. Field goal of the night. She's a plus 16 in this ball game. Gray getting downhill. Gray has been better. It's been Minnesota this season. Minnesota taking on the Valkyrie.
Their blueprint for wins to that 6-2 record. It's been on their other piece where their offense is struggling, and this is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league, and they only have 6.
Off since that loss to Portland to good use. 3-second difference. Shot and game clock. Pow pow on an island with Clark. Pow pow. Cross. Pow pow nowhere to go. Suffolk. Into Johnson. Johnson looks at the clock and does not get a shot off in time. And Indiana leading by 11. Their largest lead has been 14. This is Johnson outside to Boston. Yes.
Opponent of the Fever and how comfortable Boston is outside the three. But for the development of her career and where she is headed, her trajectory.
This is Okot, good minutes in the first half. Blocked by Boston. It ricochets out to Pow. Can't hit the tray. And ready with a career high in three-pointers made in a single season. This is game number 9 for the Fever. Pass inside, Okot made the grab, and the room.
Has been their spark off of the bench. Every team needs someone to come in and kind of change the flow of what's happening. It's been the rookie.
Second team All-SEC last season. Johnson over to Boston, pull up, Jay won't. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. Gray, sized up by Johnson. Over to Howard for 3, too strong. Clark, step back, no. Indiana shooting 47% from downtown as Gray can't get it to go. There's Okot once again.
Kara's leg is over here shaking. She's ready for to see another Kelsey Mitchell bucket.
Howard. Clock to 3. Howard. No. Now has a seat on the bench. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Reese. Step through, puts it up.
Get better finishing those shots right down in the paint. That would help their offense quite a bit.
Clark tried the pocket pass, and it's out of bounds where it will comes Kelsey Mitchell.
Leash just sizing up the defense, steps through, nice touch to the middle, and Kara is.
Here's Johnson. Over to Boston. Hand off to Clark. Clark driving on Reese. Can't hit the reverse. Rebounds. Gray. Baseline drive. Can't go glass. Reese
Can't even get in there to throw the ball up.
That was a terrible toss.
Easily won by Reese. Howard. Looking to go at the rookie here. Off balance. Well off the mark. 8 tonight. Clark. Over to Hines Allen. Flicks the wrist. Short. Canada on the move. Right to the rack. Can't hit the lay. Reese with the offensive board.
See how Raven hit it?
Yeah, she should have.
Yeah.
14th turnover of the ball game for Atlanta. Here's Clark. Now Mitchell. Hines Allen to Johnson. Johnson penetrating, scoop shot, reverse, no. Hines Allen the board, can't put it in, but is fouled.
Is one of a possible 34 minutes. And to dig back from a double-digit bounds, it's going to take stops on the defensive end, chasing around Clark and Mitchell. It's going to be a test.
Yeah, over time for this team offensively is you got to know where your money spots are.
Howard inside to Hillman, extra pass, and Reese put it up and off. Points, 10 boards. Hand off to Clark. And foul. 12 points, 7 assists, and Indiana with an 11-point advantage. And an offensive foul.
4 guards as well. And we'll see if this opens up some space for Atlanta on the offensive end.
Gray can't hit the 3. And teams with 3 team fouls. Clark, pass inside, Hines Allen, little bully ball in the lane, blocked by Reese. Poked away by Johnson. Penetrating, turns, no good, and a foul is called.
Yeah, she pushed it, confusing about that foul.
Next foul will put Atlanta in the bonus the rest of the period. Reese going at Hines Allen, and
See if they can forge something here.
correction on the scoreboard. It's the 14th foul, and there is the...
Okay. Atlanta has struggled tonight.
There was. They've been battling on both ends.
Between good and evil.
Yeah.
Single-digit ball game. A lot of time left in this one. Clark going at Howard. Clark with 2 more.
Just bullied her way to the...
Lead back to double figures. Gray going at Johnson. Off balance, no. And this is going against Rissent from the floor. Her 3rd of the ball game. Clark. Once again on the drive. Outside to Cunningham.
I mean, just a team that is learning how to win together on the fly with new pride, right? I mean, they're veterans.
Yes.
They've been there. And Williams sliding over to the 2, which is her natural position, I think, has really...
Here we are at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 3:36 to go here in the 4th. And foul made. 3 3-pointers in this ball game. Excuse me. And has 9 on the season.
But she just has put things together, but she looks really good. Even physically, so fit.
Johnson called.
She let that go right. So I enjoy it. I think part of me is frustrated. You get the spirit, yes. I'm frustrated with them.
You felt it.
That they didn't follow, right? Because yeah, and Raven Johnson is a player that is already a pivotal piece in the Fever's rotation, but series if you don't follow that.
4 quick points for Atlanta. 10-point ball game. 3 minutes to go. Clark racing to the rim, fouled by Canada, and Indiana getting closer to snapping a 2-game losing skid. And Clark got the second. She was shooting 95. Canada over to Howard. Orlays matched up with Boston, drives to the rim, got the scoop lay.
Tough. Her strength, and you know, Boston rejected one in the first half, but then she came right back and finished.
Can Atlanta defend without fouling? Indiana's lead is at single digits. Indiana's lead is at Canada. The cross right to the rack for the lay. Fouls, applying pressure on Clark. Borlase comes in and fouls Boston.
This year, because when she checks into the game, you just feel a different level of defense. And on top of Stephanie White telling us she's a sponge. She wants to learn. She wants to be coached.
She's going to have to hit that off of, which means she's the one that's going to get those open looks. And so if she can do that, then she's going to be able to stay on the floor longer.
Reese, and that's going to be her 5th. As Reese at it.
Reese was after the foul call. Again.
Howard with the steal, driving to the rim, can't put it in with the left.
She just pulled up late.
They called
pulled up late.
They called her on 3-way. They called her on 3-way.
Going back to your question, LaChina, Atlanta has shot 41 times in the paint.
To see. I mean, definitely more intensity on the defensive and attacked. Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, great chemistry. And I go back to the deep.
70 seconds to go in the 4th. This is pow. No good. Clark with 1:02 to go in regulation.